හරි. එහෙමනම් අද 2023 ජූලි මාසේ 12 වෙනිදා. එහෙනම් මම අද ඔයගලන්ට කරලා දෙන ස්පෝකන් ඉංග්‍රීසි කෝස් එකේ මේ 11 වෙනි ලෙසන් එක කරලා දෙන්නයි යන්නේ. අපි දැන් ලෙසන් 10ක් කරලා තියෙන්නේ නේද? අද අපි කරන්නේ කීවෙනි එකද? 11 වෙනි ලෙසන් එක කරන්නේ. හරි. එතකොට දැන් එදා කරලා දුන්නා ඔයගලන්ට මම අර මේ if I can ක්‍රමයේ අරගෙන වාක්‍ය මේ කරලා දුන්නානේ. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි කියවනේ වාක්‍ය 25 30ක් කතා කරන්නේ. අද කරන්න හදන්නේ අර වාක්‍ය 100ක් විතර කතා කරන්න යන්නේ එකක් අරගෙන. ඊට පස්සේ ඕගොල්ලෝ එතන දැන් ඔක්කොම තියෙනවානේ if I can ක්‍රමයේ අර මිස්ස ක්‍රමයේ ඇතුලේ 36ක් තියෙනවානේ ඔක්කොම. නේද? ඒතකොට එකකට 100 ගානේ කතා කරගන්න පුළුවන් වුණොත් ඔයගලන්ට තේරෙන්නේ 100 ගාන මේක ගියොත් 3600ක් විතර වෙනවා. ඊටත් වැඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ප්ලස් හරියට 100ක් කියන්න බැහැ. ඒකවත් කතා කරනවානේ. එහෙනම් මම අද හොඳට අහගන්න මට ඔක්කොම කතා කරලා පෙන්නන්න බෑ. මොකද ඒක ගොඩක් වෙලා යනවනේ. වාක්‍ය 100ක් විතර මම එකක් කතා කරලා පෙන්නන්නම්. ඔයගොල්ලෝ අනිත් ඒවාට කතා කරන්න ඕනේ. හරි. එහෙනම් අපි අද වැඩි කාලේ නාස්ති කරන්නේ නැතුව ටක් ගාලා මේක කරලා දෙන්නම් ඕන. මේකෙන් පස්සේ තව වීඩියෝ 4යි තියෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ ඒක ඉවර වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙන්නේ අපිට කරුණු 3ක් ඔස්සේ කතා කරන්නනේ. ඊට පස්සේ if I can කමේ අමතක කරන්න වචන ටිකක් දෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ high class vocabulary දාලා කතා කරන්න තියෙනවා වීඩියෝ දෙක විතර වගේ ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. දැන් එවනම් බලමු. අපි කියමු දැන් අර මාතෘකාව ගමු. Why do you want to improve your English knowledge කියලා අහනවා. පළවෙනි වාක්‍ය කියනවා if I improve my English knowledge I can find a good job. ඔන්න job කියන වචනේ තියෙනවා. හරි. දැන් job කියන වචනේ අරගෙන වාක්‍ය 100ක් කතා කරන්න යන්න. හොඳට බලා ගන්න ඕනේ ඒක. පැහැදිලිද? හරි. දැන් බලමු. Job is very important. Without a job we can't live. Some people have really good jobs. We call they are doing white collar jobs. Doctors, lawyers, teachers, chartered accountants, they are doing white collar jobs. And they get a higher salary and they have a remarkable life. But there are some other people, they don't have white collar jobs. They are just doing normal jobs, or we call lower class jobs, or we can call blue collar jobs. So they don't get a higher salary and they experience much difficulties in their life. People who have a good job, they always feel confident. They always feel confident. So why? They know for sure that they can face most of the situations having money. But people who don't have a good job, they don't feel any confidence in their life. So they think that, they always worry about that. That is why it is important to get a good job. To get a good job, what we need? We need good education, right? Without good education, we won't be able to get a good job. Education means we should have a competitive education. Competitive education, not just education. Competitive education. Why we need competitive education? Because without a competitive education, we won't be able to find a suitable job. Competitive education means we should not just have like O-level results or A-level results. No. We should have those. But after your O-level exam, or after your A-level exam, or after O-level, or after A-level, you should go for higher education. That is why our parents always say that, why don't you follow this course? Why don't you follow that course? Why don't you go to this university to follow this degree? Like that, our parents always encourage us to go for a higher education. Why? When we go to the job market in the future, we will be required to have competitive education in order to get a good job. People who have very good education, or we call sound education, or we call competitive education, they always find numerous opportunities to get a good job. People who have just like normal education, or we can call people who have somewhat education, they are unable to find a very good job. To find a good job, what we should do? Let's say we have O-level results, A-level results, and we get a competitive education. But there are some people, like, they have even university degrees. They get degrees from Javadripur University, like Kalani University, Peradhan University, Colombo University, and some other people, they have followed different courses at private institutions. So having even competitive education, but they are unable to find a good job. Why is that? Even you have good education, you should know what to do to find a good job. Here in Sri Lanka, lots of people, they complain, we are unable to find a good job. But if you want to find a good job, why don't you buy the Sunday Observer newspaper? Thousands of vacancies have been advised. They ask people, if you have good education, if you have good English knowledge, if you have good computer knowledge, if you have good skills, why don't you apply? Like that, there are lots of vacancies asking like that. So you can, if you read the Sunday Observer, you can always find good vacancies. You can prepare your resume and you can apply, and finally you can get a good job. But the problem is that here in Sri Lanka, most of the people, they think that they need to work in the government sector. They don't like work in the private sector. Always they think that working in the government sector. So they wait to get a government job. Maybe other jobs available in the private sector, but they don't like to pay their attention for that. Why? They have in their mind, they think that I must get a job in the government sector. Why is that? They think that finally they will end up having pension. But let's say you have good qualification, maybe you will be called by the private institutions to work. So at that time, you should not miss that chance. You should go for that. Why? If you get a reasonable salary, if you get enough salary to take care of your family and to take care of your life, why don't you do that job? Don't worry about the pension. Like there are lots of pension schemes, introduced by the private sector, even the government banks. Like I know Bank of Ceylon, BOC, they have introduced a pension scheme. It's called, you can see even the advertisements on the TV, they always advertise. What is that? They used to be advertised, but I don't know now. I know, but even you can go to the website, you can see that their pension scheme is there. So BOC, what is that pension scheme? It's called, I think, Abhiman pension scheme. So if you work in the private sector or you work in the government sector or private sector, it doesn't matter. You can join with them, get the pension scheme. So don't wait for the you should not wait. You shouldn't wait for government jobs all the time. Having a good education, you should even try to find a good job in the private sector. Maybe in the future, even if let's say you get a chance to find a good job in the government sector, maybe all the pension schemes or pension programs will be abolished. Who knows? We don't know. So you should not wait. Okay. So now we should not wait. If we have good education, we should find a job, right? So even let's say you found a job. Look at some people, they find good jobs after some time. Within a short period of time, what happens? They lose their job. Why? They don't know how to keep the job. Somehow they manage to get a job, but they don't know how to keep it. The reason? They don't they don't execute their responsibilities precisely. Maybe they don't go to work on time. Punctuality is very important when you do a job, because you will be assigned numerous tasks. You have the responsibility to carry out those tasks on time, precise time, or the accurate time, correct time. So if you don't do that, you will lose that job. But some other people, they don't do their job precisely. They don't fulfill their duties 100%. And people complain, or the customers complain. So as a result of that, they may lose their job. But there are some other people, what they do, they get the job, having the good education and everything, they get the job. What they do, they just carry out their duties more than expected. So they will be appreciated all the time from their working place. So what happened? Within a short period of time, they even get a promotion, they get a higher salary. Like that, they have a really good situation. That is why it is important if you want to find a good job, not just education, you need to have your personality. Personality is very important. Some people, they cannot do teamwork. They are very arrogant. Those kind of culture. Some people don't have patience. They always get panicked like that. They don't know how to work in the team, how to work with other people. So their personality is very bad. So that is why they lose their job. Finally, I would say that in order to find a good job, we should have practical training. Here in Sri Lanka, there are so many people, they say, I have this degree, I have that degree. But they don't have a job. Why? They don't have practical training. Let's say, not only practical training. The reason is that they don't know how to do practically. The other thing, not only the practical, they don't have good English knowledge. English knowledge is playing a major role. And the IT knowledge. You should have experience about those things. Even if you want to find a good job, you have to prepare a resume, right? So you should know how to use at least computers. So you should have some kind of IT knowledge, and your English skills very important. Nowadays when you go for an interview, you will be asked whether or not you have sound English knowledge. If you say that at that time, if you say that I don't have much English knowledge, I can't speak good English, then you will not be recruited. You have to go home. Other people get that chance. Why English is very important nowadays. People would say, okay, we don't need English, we can do this, we are Sinhalese. Numerous statements, very bold statements, but you need to understand that without English, they won't be able to do that. So it is your prime responsibility to improve your English knowledge. You should have IT knowledge, as well as you should have some kind of practical training after finishing your degree. All of those things will help you when you try to get a good job. If you have those qualities, finally, you will end up getting a good job. This word is wrong. The spelling is, it should be competitive. Right? That is how it should be written. Competitive. I noticed earlier, but I didn't. I knew something was wrong, but now I just corrected. Okay. Anyway, now you know, to get a job is very important. To get a good job, we should have good qualifications, like our educational qualifications, and we should have practical training. We should have practical training in the relevant field. As well as we should have, like, let me say it. If you want to find a good job, we should have qualifications, like education qualifications, about the practical training in that field, as well as your good English knowledge and IT knowledge and your personality. All of those things playing a major role when it comes to finding a job. So it is important to find a good job, and finally, at last, find a good job is very important. And once we have a good job, we should know how to carry out our duties and how to keep our job, and how we should know basically how to be successful job wisely. ඔන්න ඔමයි කතා කරන්නේ. පැහැදිලිද? දැන් මම මේ ජොබ් එක ගැන වාක්‍ය 100කටත් වැඩි කරන්න කතා කරා. ඔය වගේ ඕගොල්ලෝ if I can ක්‍රමේ අර තියෙන කාරණා 36ක් තියෙනවා. ඒ 36 වාක්‍ය 100 ගානේ කියාගෙන යන්න. හරිද? එතකොට ඕගොල්ලන්ට ලැබෙයි. එතකොට ඕගොල්ලෝ 36 ගානේ තියෙනවනේ. මෙතන තියෙනවනේ ඔක්කොම මේ මෙතන තියෙන ඔක්කොම කීයක්ද වාක්‍ය තියෙනවා 30 වාක්‍ය 36ක් තියෙනවනේ. 36 ගානේ ලොකුවට ලියමු පේන්නේ නැති මොනවාද මේ ලයිට් හින්ද 36ක් තියෙනවා. චර්ම ලොකුවට නෑ ගානේ. ඒතර 100 ගානේ කියාගෙන යනවා. ඒතර ඔක්කොම කීයක් එනවද? 3600ක් වෙනවා. තව පිටත් වැඩි. ඉතින් ඔබ නූලටම කියනවා නෙමෙයිනේ. ඒකින්ද එහෙනම් එම් කියලා බලන්න. ඒක තමයි අවශ්‍යතාවය. හොඳද? හරි. එහෙනම් ඕක තමයි දැන් කරගන්න තින්නේ. තමන් මානසිකලා මේක ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ. තමන් කතා කරන්නේ නැතුව ඉන්න එපා. කතා කරන්නේ නැතුව හිටියොත් ඕගොල්ලන් මේක කවදාවත් ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මං කොච්චර කිව්වත් දරන්නේ නැහැ. ඕගොල්ලෝ ඒක කියලා අවබෝධ කරගන්න. හරි. එහෙනම් අපි මෙතනින් අද පාඩම අවසන් කරනවා. දැන් එහෙනම් අපි ඊළඟ දවසේ ඊටු ටික කරමු. එහෙනම් අද කිව්ව විදිහට ඔය වැඩ ටික කරගන්න අපි එහෙනම් ඊළඟ දවසේ ටක් ගාලා කරමු ඊළඟ වීඩියෝ එක. ඊළඟට ඔක දැන් මාතෘකාවක් කරුණු 3ක් ඔස්සේ ගන්නවා. ඊළඟට ඒක අමතක කරන්න ඊළඟ වීඩියෝ එකකින් වචන ටිකක් තියෙනවා දෙන්න. if I can words අමතක වෙන්න. ඊළඟට high class vocab එක හඳුන්වා දෙනවා වීඩියෝ එකකින්. ඊට පස්සේ ඒක දාලා හොඳට කතා කරමු. මේ අන්තිම වීඩියෝ දෙක high class vocab එක දාලා කතා කරන වීඩියෝ දෙකක් තියෙන. එතනින් මේක අවසන් වෙනවා. ඒතකොට ඔක්කොම වීඩියෝ 15යි ආරම්භ දේශනයයි 16යි. තව ඉතින් සුමාන දෙක තුනක් යනකොට කොහොමත් මාසයක් ඇතුළත මේක අවසන් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. එහෙමනම් අපි ඊළඟ දවසේ ආයි හමු වෙමු. එහෙනම් සියලු දෙනාට දැන් කොහොමත් මම හිතන්නේ වෙලාව ටිකක් 8ටත් කිට්ටු වගේ ඇත්තේ. කීයද දන්නේ කොට බලමු. ටික රැත් 3ද හො 7:32යි වෙලාව. ගොඩාක් රැ වෙලත් නැහැ. ඒ නිසා මම එනම් උලන් ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා තාම ගොඩාක් රැ වෙලා නැති හින්දා ඉතින් සුබ සන්දාවක් කියලා. හරි අපි එනම් ඊළඟ දවසේ හමු.